Guangzhou is a wonderful, beautiful city. It has so many things to offer. It has its own history, spread over thousands of years. It's the birthplace of the Cantonese cuisine. As you might be knowing, it's very famous across the globe, I would say, not only across China.
Sardar Muhammad, the Pakistani Consul General in Guangzhou, arrived in China last year and has developed a deep affection for this city over time. Today, Sardar kindly invited us to his consulate and shared his personal journey with us.
There are many places which are of interest to tourists and visitors and those living here, especially those who are newly arrived, which includes, I would not say one can restrict it to, but which includes the Yushu Park, you have the Shamian Islands, and you have the Scanton Tower. But personally, the place that I liked is the Simalong Safari Park. When I went there with my kids, the initial impression, frankly speaking, was not that good because it was all inside the center of the city almost. So I thought how there can be a good safari park when it's so much crowded. The entrance is like so many cars around, but when you enter, it's a totally different world. I've been to many different zoos in the world, but this one is totally different, totally amazing, such big, developed in such a marvelous way that you have the real feeling of as if you're visiting somewhere in some natural forests, and it is a natural forest, but of this big size, just inside the city is something I would say amazing. Well, for children initially, if I'm very candid with you, they were not very happy with the idea of going to the safari park. They were rather more interested in going to the Chemlong theme park because there are more rides and stuff like that. It's such a wonderful place. Kids who were initially not very interested developed so much interest in the places which were offered in that safari park to the tourists, that they were a bit reluctant to leave on time. They wanted to stay back for a longer time. So if I sum up my initial impression of the city, I would say I've started falling in love with Guangzhou.
China and Pakistan have very different cultures with different customs and festivals. The spring festivals of the year 2023 has left a deep impression on Sardar. It's a very special experience for him.
Chinese have got so many good traditions, and one is this New Year. When there was this New Year coming before the start of the New Year, there were a lot of things on display. Wherever you would go, you would see this on display. There are lanterns, and you would see a lot of the rabbits, and then we also got a very good rabbit. Now it's a lucky color, red color, and it's my personal favorite color. Sometimes somebody tells me you may have some other color to choose, and I say no, this is my favorite color. I didn't know that it's the lucky color. One more important thing is that the year of the rabbit is the year I was born, so it's a special significance for me. I was born in 1975, so this is my year. So they said it's a lucky year for you. So I hope and I'm sure that it will be a lucky year for me in China. I place it somewhere where I can see every day, and the kids especially enjoyed. They were amazed by the different activities taking place, especially on this Chinese New Year and the Spring Festival, because it was the first time they were in China. Watching that, they should also visit online the Pakistan Pavilion online e-commerce portal, from where they can buy very good products at a very good and reasonable rate.
This year marks the 10th anniversary of the Belt and Road Initiative and the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Sardar holds high expectations for the future stage of Pak-China cooperation as this anniversary is celebrated.
The Belt and Road Initiative was launched in 2013 with the aim of boost of economic activity across Asia, across Europe and Africa. And the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is a flagship project of BRI, our Belt and Road Initiative. It's focused, CPEC is focused more on infrastructure development, energy corridor, health, tourism, special economic zones, industrial development, technological advancement. Pakistan is strongly committed to development of the next phase of CPEC, with special focus, larger focus on the development of industrial park and special economic zones. And the completion of this CPEC would bring more regional connectivity. It would not only be good for Pakistan and China, but it would also have positive impact on Iran and Afghanistan and Central Asia in the larger region. And I can say with confidence that it would be a project which would result in greater connectivity and integrated region of shared destiny, harmony and development.
After the interview, Sardar graciously invited us to explore the consulate and introduced us to his colleague. Although not large, the consulate is elegantly furnished with many elements representing Pakistan.
This is our legalization section. Normally the visitors, they come through this way. This is a separate entrance for those who come for legalization of their documents, and we have a counter here, so our colleagues they remains always alert to facilitate those who come for legalization of their document. So we have especially the businessmen, they do come over here, so we have special magazines placed here for their knowledge, for their reading, so that if they have to wait while reading these magazines and getting some information. We also have on display some touristic attraction for the tourists who are going to Pakistan. And there is this road which basically connects to Afghanistan. It's close to the Afghanistan border. Same is this railway, and this is Islamic College Peshawar. Oldest, huh?
My own picture.
and sometimes you come across your own pictures. So you can imagine how much we market our colleagues who are in the profession of journalism, so we don't forget them. We have this big building, we have the fishers, and this is the fishermen, and here they are fishing, and this is like an old historical art. So 5,000 years of Indus Valley civilization. This is basically developed by the Pakistan Tourism Department. So this, whatever you see here, these breaks, these styles, these ruins are basically of not 1,000 years but 5,000 years, and you can see the statue which is photographed here. So Pakistan, as I said earlier, has a diverse culture, and so much to offer, from the wilderness of the mighty mountain of Karakoram to the plains and historical valleys, and to the south you see the coastal areas of Karachi and Gwadar.
As night approached, our visit to the Pakistani Consul General in Guangzhou concluded. Sardar kindly invited us to join a dinner party with him and many Pakistani friends at a newly opened Pakistani restaurant. The gathering aims to foster connections and create a joyful atmosphere. Meeting people from your hometown in a distant land is always heartwarming, and the entire dinner exuded a warm and friendly ambience.
لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير. We had invited many of our guests, especially those who had come from Pakistan and those who are local businessmen working in Guangzhou, to join us in the iftar dinner. This is a Pakistani restaurant recently opened. As you have seen outside the boards, Ajwa restaurant, you have all the Pakistani dishes and the Asian dishes, African dishes. It's one of the, I would say, most delicious offering Pakistani dishes restaurant in this Guangzhou. And as you have seen, everybody enjoyed and is still enjoying the food and this party. And I'm thankful to you for recording this and for telling the world how we live in Guangzhou and how the consulate interact and facilitate the Pakistani businessman.